Good morning, everybody. This is Gary Davis, Marketing Director at American Health Underwriters. What we're trying to do today is to give you a very quick overview on our new Southwest Service Life Plan available to our agents in Texas. If you'll go to the ahuagents.com home website, you're going to see all the different products that we make available to our agents, the hybrid, of course, being gone, and the Southwest Service Plan basically being our replacement plan for those of you that have been selling the hybrid in Texas. So ahuagents.com. If you're interested in selling our Southwest Service, you just click on the Southwest Service icon under Health Insurance. You're going to see at that point in time the brochure, the contracting papers, and the rates for this product. This is basically the father of the hybrid plan. This is the plan that the hybrid was cloned from several years ago and taken to World to sell. It is still available. In the face of healthcare reform, we think this product is going to survive, and so does Southwest Service. So we are pedal to the metal on our new Southwest Service Plan E. So you'll just click on that, you'll get your brochure, and then open up the document file, and it should be coming up here in just a second. You're going to be able to see two different plans from Southwest Service. One is Plan E, and one is Plan E3. And it's going to depend on the makeup of the family that you're looking at as to which one of these products you're going to market. But let's look at our Plan E. I think this is the most effective presentation that we have because we can talk about no deductible. You know, it's like these customers that are used to these high deductible plans. Well, you know, we don't do that, Mrs. Jones, anymore. Everything we do is a no deductible health insurance plan, both in and outpatient. So that's how this plan is put together. It is a limited benefit plan. You need to understand that your policyholders are not getting a comprehensive major medical. They need to understand that they're not getting a comprehensive major medical plan as well. But as long as they understand the decision they're making to purchase this type of insurance, you've done your job. So let's go through this in a very short period of time, explaining how the product is put together. First of all, we have a $3 million lifetime maximum on the plan. We have an aggregate amount for sickness of $250,000. And keep in mind, anytime we talk about dollar limits on this plan, those are repriced dollars. So those benefits are paid a maximum amount after they're repriced. So $250,000 is really like $300,000 or $400,000. And unlike the hybrid plan, here on the Southwest Service Plan, you do have a $300,000 aggregate amount for accidents. So anytime you have an accident involved, this plan bumps the benefits up a little bit. Hospital expenses. Let's go to Part A, what I call Part A of the plan. This is basically everything billed by the hospital for a hospital stay. You have an aggregate amount of $1,500 times the number of days your hospital can find. $2,000 a day for intensive care. Now, if it's an accident involving, then it's an additional $500 a day or $2,000 per day for hospital, plus $2,500 a day additional or up to $2,500 a day for intensive care. Now, there is an option here where you can buy additional daily benefits, and we'll look at that when we get to the price time permitting, but we only have a short window here on our YouTube video. 400 are no deductible. We're going to be selling mostly no deductible, and here's the reason why. Because we're replacing high deductible health plans in a lot of cases here. People that are used to $2,500 or $5,000 deductible. Here we're going to be able to talk about the new wave of health insurance, which has a zero deductible. So it's the deductible per person per hospital confinement. Family deductible is limited to 2 per policy year, which is an improvement over major medical, which is normally 3. So no deductible or $400 deductible. There's about a 12 or 13% difference in price. So if you need low price, certainly 400 is better than 4,000, which is probably what you're replacing. So the hospital expenses are explained here. Basically, Part A, what I like to refer to as Part A, or hospital expenses. Basically, anything billed as a result of a hospital stay that's on the hospital bill. Now, notice here with the Southwest Service Plan, we throw in an additional breast and prostate cancer benefit of $500 a day. Now let's talk about Part B. Part B on this plan is the in-hospital physician's benefits. This operates very much like a major medical, 70, 30 to 10, and then 100%. And then you can see you have a $500 copay for each surgical procedure. So in addition to the $0 or $400 deductible. If surgery is performed, you have an additional $500 deductible, but big deal. We're used to going up against plans with this that have a $5,000 deductible. So operates very similar to a major medical, 70, 30 to 10, and then 100%. And you'll notice it covers these charges related to a hospital visit. They have to be in relationship to a hospital visit. So if you get a bill, a $26,000 bill from somebody who did open heart surgery, the customer's going to only pay $3,000 of that bill. So, and of course, it's going to be repriced as well. So outpatient surgery, paid the same way, 70, 30 to 10, and then 100%. So let's look at outpatient services. These are things like running noses and sore throats and trips to the doctor. This is the part of the plan that really provides the most value to your policyholders. The vulnerable part of our population, the ones that need our help the most today, especially in these economic times, are those people who just can't afford $600, $700, $800 a month for a major medical plan, but yet they also need to buy bicycles and tennis shoes and food, and they really need help with the little stuff. Well, the problem is a lot of the competition are shoving hospital surgical plans down their throat, leaving them vulnerable for the little things, which is where they need the help the most. And on the Southwest Service Plan, the real value of this plan to you as an agent is and especially to your policyholder, is the fact that it's going to be there for the little stuff. And it's going to pay the little stuff, at least for a while, better than a major medical plan that they have, because it doesn't matter where they go. They don't have to be in the doctor's office to have an x-ray covered. He can send you down the street to an imaging center or across town to a lab, and those services are going to be covered under the outpatient services section of the policy. It pays up to $1,500 per insured per policy year for all outpatient services. Doctor's office visits, the portion of the bill that is for the office visit, there is a $20 copay, and then Southwest Service will pay up to an additional $50. That's only for the CPT code for office visit, okay? Everything else would be covered under that. $0 deductible, again, no deductible on outpatient, up to $1,500 a year per person. There's also a great home health care benefit that you can see what that is. There's a $15,000 accidental death built in, and all of you will be selling alongside this the Savers Benefit Association, which is a $250 deductible, $5,000 per occurrence accident benefit. So think of this outpatient services as like a bucket of money. If you have a family of 4, at the beginning of the year, you're going to give them $6,000 in this bucket of money. And every time, at 80%, every time the insurance company pays a claim, they take money out of the bucket. But the good news is the bucket's never empty, because every time they have an accident, as long as you sold a Savers benefit alongside this, they're going to have an additional $5,000 in that bucket. So let's do a quick review of this plan, okay? $3 million lifetime, $250,000 aggregate, all repriced dollars, up to $2,500 a day in the hospital, depending on whether it's an accident, whether it's intensive care. Hospital-related professional fees are covered just like major medical, 70, 30 to 10, and 100%. Outpatient services, you can see, paid better than most major medical plans, because we actually know that most people don't satisfy their deductible in the year, let alone go to their coinsurance. So for most of the people you sit in front of, so 85% of the people you sit in front of, this plan is actually going to pay benefits better than the major medical plan that they have or had or just can't afford. The key here, though, is remember, they need to understand what they're purchasing from you. They need to understand that this is a limited benefit health insurance plan. It is not a comprehensive major medical, but for most of the people you sit in front of, it's actually going to do a better job than the comprehensive major medical they have, or they had at work, the boss took away from them because they couldn't afford it. Thanks, everybody, for your quick attention to this. My phone number is 800-772-2355, extension 137. It's Gary Davis. My email is gdavis1, the number 1, at ahuinc.com. Thank you for your attention. Bye-bye.